That was so ghetto, wasn't it, y'all? Anyway, what's going on? East New York's Finest, hosted by Mike. What's popping, you guys and girls out there? You're probably asking yourself why you got your hoodie on. One, we turned off the AC and heat units because the last couple days, up until yesterday and today, we didn't need the heat or the AC. Which means we save a little bill the last 2 days because we basically run our heat and our AC virtually almost all year round. But being that this is normally in the fall and spring, we normally don't because we don't really need it because the weather's, you're kind of comfortable. But, when it's summertime, you want the AC because it's too damn hot in the house. And then in the wintertime, you need the heat because it's too damn cold. But, between between like the spring and winter, we can, comfortably dress comfortably enough to where we can save a little money on heating and or AC. Enough said about that. So it's been a weird week. A lot of good storage units were taken down and canceled. So they'll be back up maybe in another month or two, and then it'll just be the same song over and over again. In the last couple of weeks, I haven't been selling. Virtually I haven't been. Actually, I think did I go to? I don't know, but anyhow, I haven't been in the Meadowlands to sell. Remember last week I brought those Legos off of Carlos, the taco biting moron. And he said he come across more. Thank you. He come across more Legos and stuff. That's all right, huh? Oh, so it kind of got me a little pissed off because he said one thing and he told me swore up and down that they were complete. Nothing worse than going home and oh, my little spider's out. Why she looks like that? Anyway, whatever. So a little pissed off. So I saw him today on the line, and he was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yo, what happened with the Legos, man? Them shits weren't complete." I was pissed off because, you tell somebody something's complete just to sell it, and then they buy it. And yeah, I did complete the '89 Batmobile, but there is like one hinge missing to clip in to the nameplate, but the actual stand that rotates this big. I mean, the damn thing is like this fucking big and heavy. Thing gotta weigh like 10 pounds. Beautiful though. There's only one figure missing for that because it comes with a special Batman with a special cape and Vicky Vale, and it comes with the Joker. The Joker's not there, and then the Batwing comes with a Batman. It comes with a henchman, and it comes with a Joker. But the Joker that one comes with is the black and white one. I think with the mime colors. I think it does. But that one is fully complete with stand and everything. And then you have the Ghostbusters Ecto-1, which is missing parts to complete that. So I can't complete that because it's missing parts. I mean, most of the Cadillac is still there and, it's nice, but it's missing stuff to finish it off. And then there's like some other sets. There's two of the Batman regular size sets that have minifigures. Both of those are complete. You have the Batman and Selena Kyle chase. They're both on motorcycles. That's complete. Then you have the Batman Penguin Pursuit, which I don't understand why they call it Penguin Pursuit when they should have gave the Maserati in that one because they basically gave the Batmobile with Batman in it and just the Penguin on foot, which is fucking stupid. But that's complete. Then you have the '66 Batmobile. That's also complete. And these all have the boxes. Some other miscellaneous stuff too. Then you have the NES set that comes with the old school floor TV. The NES with the controller, I think is built and complete. And then I guess somebody tried to build the TV, but they didn't finish it off. So I don't know how complete that is, just because the what do you call it again? The Ecto-1 isn't. But at least the Batmobile and the Batwing was, except for the Batmobile. I do have to kind of finagle this one piece into it. Is it the Batmobile or the Batwing? Anyway, whatever. So both of those are missing. I think the Batwing is missing two pieces. Whatever. Who cares? At the end of the day, right? And then got some other shit here. I'm just trying to figure out what I can put in order. Oh, so last Saturday I went to Forbidden Planet, and I wanted to pick up. I know I don't really like the Batman movie, but I watched it for the second time, and I start liking it. I like it a little bit more because when you think about it, I mean, yeah, I don't like the actor. He's the reason why I never watched any of the Twilight films. I just don't like the way he looks. I think his name is something Patterson or something like that. I don't know his first name, but I don't like him. He never did anything to me. Never said nothing wrong. Just like some people just had like me. A lot of you guys that don't know me from Adam, y'all just hate the way I look. Y'all hate my voice. Y'all hate my black skin. Y'all hate my face. So I understand it. And that's just the way I feel about that cat. You know, I don't really like him as Batman. I didn't really see him as Batman, but the more you watch the movie, it just seems more realistic. It seems more like almost that version of how they did Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. I always like Joaquin Phoenix for two reasons. One, because his brother River Phoenix always made good movies, and you know, birds of a feather flock together. And Joaquin Phoenix is the dude is very intelligent, very down to earth, and laid back. And his brother River, God rest River Phoenix's soul, same thing. I grew up. I was an old man. I'm a grown man, but I watched a lot of his movies back then. Thought he was a good actor. And who doesn't like Keanu Reeves? And, you know, the three of them are virtually almost inseparable. I mean, even though Keanu lost his boy. But, you know, you still got Joaquin Phoenix. And I like Joaquin. I mean, you know, anytime you could do... Whatever, it don't matter. Just a good... I thought the Joker was going to be a good movie. A lot of people didn't like it. And some people I know was like, yo, you were right. That was a good movie. Because it was a different perspective. It wasn't really like... It wasn't more like superhero, over-exaggerated powers and crazy CG type shit. It was more like you see how Joker became the Joker, and it was just a good movie in its own right. And I guess after the second time watching the Batman, I'm like, you know what? Because my parts of it was the way that crazy ass Batmobile sounded, and the way it was just dope as hell. That whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, it was just bad. I mean, that was the highlights to the movie for me. But then the more you watch it, it did seem more realistic than over exaggerated, over the top like all the other Batman movies. Even though you know, Michael Keaton's Batman is still my favorite Batman to this day. And then you got Christian Bale. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So outside of that, Forbidden Planet did have one of the Batmans, but they wouldn't sell it because it was a store display, and the only time they sell a store displays is if they if the figures retire or no longer available after a while, and they want the space, then they'll sell that one. And most of the time you can tell if it's for sale, it'll say the last one or something like that, or you know what I mean. But that's the only time they sell a displays. But this guy, Deluxe Box, I did pick him up. Which here it says that SMNWH means Spider-Man No Way Home. DO Deluxe, which stands for D and O stands for Doc Ock. So you got MMS633, 1/6 scale figure, Spider-Man No Way Home, Dr. Octopus Deluxe. Didn't take this out yet. Nice hefty box. So I did get that. You guys already seen millions of reviews on it already, so I don't have to show you guys that. Still think about working out something with Lev's worker Mike on getting the Back to the Future 2 DeLorean, so I can pick up B2 and Doc Brown and Marty McFly. All right, so outside of that, I'm trying to figure out what's next. I'm trying to do this almost in as much best common sense order as I can. Now, if you guys did see that crazy ass video of me and going up the Bear Mountain, let me tell you guys, I was terrified. And I'm not easily impressed, and I'm nowhere near easily scared. And a lot of things don't get the best of me. But let me tell you, when I was going through that fog and driving up that zigzag, and when you're looking, you got like a little concrete divider. When you're in an F-150, and you're in the guardrail or the divider, the one thing that can keep you on the road if your car veers off, and you're in a F fucking 150 with big ass all terrain tires, and it's windy, dark, and foggy, and you're going up a crazy incline, like almost fucking 4 to maybe 600 feet. Let me tell you something. That ain't no joke. Even if it's on 2 lanes of traffic, all it takes is one person to make me swerve, or it gets icy or something. My damn car locks. It starts skidding, and I'm in a big ass vehicle. I'm not gonna slam into the divider. I'm gonna like almost like being like the General Lee, launching off that shit. You know what I mean? And that was not cool. That was not cool. I mean, coming down, I was nervous too, but I was nowhere near as nervous as going up, because going up was ridiculous. Because I was actually on that side where there was nothing. And normally that would be a beautiful day to look at the view and be like, yo, that's fucking beautiful. But you're on dry land and you don't mind it, because of course I mean, even when I'm going over bridges, I never go to the lane closest to the rails and stuff. I always stay in the middle lane close to the center of everything. I've always done that my whole life. I don't do edges because, God forbid, if something gets weak or messed up, that would be the part that give way, obviously. Like in my office right now, the G.I. Joe room, I have one section that had transformers. Not my closet, but one section that had transformers on the side of the closet, and somehow it just tumbled down. So now I gotta patch those holes and redo the whole fucking thing. Yeah, so I gotta patch those holes and redo the whole thing and try to figure out a better way, or whatever. I guess after time, or maybe I'll go to home. I don't know. I gotta assess it once I move all these transformers and shit out the way that fell. I might just put them in this bin after I go through this stuff. But yeah. So I went to get this guy. This is Storm Toys. Didn't really start out with 1/6. They start out. I mean, not 1/6. They didn't start out with 6-inch figures like what they do now, 6-7-inch figures, and they do a little bit of variety of everything. But they really started out and got noticed with the Mike Tyson figure. Now I'm not gonna lie and say I can't remember which was which. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was the second one, because the hard to get one didn't really sell out that quick. But being that nobody didn't know Storm Toys, people did buy it. And I was one that was hesitant to get this one and the black one, because at that time I was getting out of Hot Toys and getting into just sideshow statues. And they released this, which is the Olympic exclusive version, and they also did the regular Mike Tyson version where he come with the black trunks, black laced up shoes, the gloves, and I think he also had he has a tattoo on his face too. That one I still want to get. I mean, I was never like really looking for these guys hard, but I figure if they ever came up and if I had a chance to try to get them, I will get them. But this is why it's very imperative to not rush to get shit. Sometimes it may take a decade or more, because he's been out for a very long time. He's been out, I think, since 2015 or 16 or something like that. But make a long story short, I had to go. I forgot what part of. I mean, I had to go through. I mean, it's in Orange County. Orange County, you got Bear Mountain and wherever the hell this lady was. It smells, it reeks of cigarettes. I did some things to where I can make the body not smell like it no more, along with the clothing. The boxing stuff doesn't smell like it, just the figure instead, because I guess they had, and this lady looks like a fucking walking billboard for cancer. I mean, this was a hard looking white lady. I mean, this lady was. Let me just tell you, I don't do gay jokes. I'm nowhere near it. I am very, very one with my sexuality. But if I was locked in in jail and I was locked in a box and they threw a okay looking tranny in a cell, or that lady, any and everybody would have picked the tranny over this lady. That's how hard. And I mean, this lady looked like she was probably 80. And looked like she had a hard life. Very nice lady to speak to, but when I say this woman was butt ass ugly, I mean, it's terrible. And she looks like a walking talker I mean, a walking, talking billboard for a cigarette ad. So I wasn't surprised when I came home and I opened it up and it smelled like fucking, it reeked of cigarettes. Now, I probably would have tried to get it cheaper from her because she did tell me to open it up, but I just wanted to get the hell out of there because I left my house around 9 something, got there just around 11, got back home just shy of under 2 o'clock. And the weather wasn't that great. And what day was that? It wasn't yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it Thursday? Whatever fucking day it was. It was either Thursday or Friday. Whatever. But anyhow, this is it. I paid $160 for it. Let me show it to you guys real quick. Here is that's the whatever. This is the top of the box, as you see here. It is a very good representation of him. I mean, I don't really like how they made their face look almost like the same one that had a tattoo on it, being that back in the Catskills when he was like going to the Olympics and stuff, Mike Tyson was like what, 14, 15, 16 years old. So his face, he should have had a little younger face. I do have to say that. Now his hair was a little bit more fuller and he had more of a high top fade. Not really a high top fade, but more of a high top jersey, because that's what we call the haircuts in New York. But anyhow, I know you guys have seen millions of views on this, so I'm not gonna really go hard body into it, but I am gonna speak on it a little bit once I get all this crap out the way, because I got shit everywhere like I normally do. And so this is obviously the bottom of the box or the back of it. I mean, the body style is definitely. I mean, it's like they definitely made this body for him, and that's definitely his signature up there. So he definitely gave the go-ahead for it. It said Mike Tyson, 1/6 scale collectible figure, the Olympic exclusive edition. So here you got him with the the Apollo Creed looking shorts. I can't really see the year. I'm not gonna really go into detail, giving a flying crap about it. But the figure doesn't no longer smell of cigarettes. So this is the top half of the foam. As you can see here, it's a little dark. My apologies. But you have a naked body of him. You have two different trunks. You got the blue and yellow Olympic trunks. Then you have the Apollo Creed type of trunks here. Then you have his boxing boots. He comes with no hands or fists. He just comes with the Everlast black gloves. He comes with the Everlast headgear, and he comes with 2 head sculpts. And these are Mike Tyson. I mean, they did good on it. It looks just like him. Yeah, it is a younger version. Okay, so I was wrong. I can't be right all the time. So this is definitely a younger Mike Tyson. I would definitely display him with the closed mouth. Not only they both look like him. I mean, if these ain't Mike Tyson, they are definitely a younger Mike Tyson. So it's not just the haircut; it is the face. But I wouldn't. I mean, if I had him like going into an action pose, I'll probably have him with that mouth like he's like either breathe, like he's like exhaling out his mouth. But the other one just seems more, just more right to me, better for what I'm gonna do with it. But let me give you guys a better view. I'm always doing shit retarded. So I don't know how good you can see, but you see how this one here, he looks more like he's like breathing or, and this one is more like he's just standing like he's ready. Yeah, man, I'ma fucking punch your ass up, dude. Don't play games with me, man. It's ludicrous, man. I'ma fuck you up, G. So yeah, I'll use that head. And let me show you guys the body. Let me make sure it doesn't. Yep, no cigarette smell no more. And this is definitely a dope body. And this is definitely early tattoo because he got the little, I don't know what that little charm thing on his right upper outer forearm, and then he's got the little mic thing, and he's pretty jacked up, but not heavyweight championship mic. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look here, I mean you can't really tell, but Right here, you have the his name Mike. You can tell that was done like in a detention center or something like that when they just did a bootleg tattoo. Then you got the right here. You have that other little tattoo. So yeah, and Mike Tyson was pretty big, back then, but not as big as he was when he started really going into when he really became pro. But he was in great shape. I mean, this guy was knocking out grown ass men. Ah, let me tell you, nothing gives me more pleasure than drinking nice ice cold water and having the water drip down my beard. I love that. So don't think I did it because I'm an old moron or something. I love that. So, but this is pretty dope, man. It's a really 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 nice body, and Mike got them fucking tree trunk legs, bro. This guy have some big ass legs. I think that's why he has so much power too. A lot of people don't understand. Your power comes from the center of gravity. It comes from comes from the center of you. This is why capoeira is so powerful with kicking. Not really a great art for the streets, but when it comes to generating power with kicks and twists, it's powerful because of the center of gravity you are. You understand? So yeah, to that. And then here you have two tank tops. You got the USA tank top that goes really well with the Apollo Creed type shorts, which I'm not using those. Then you have the blue and white tank top that goes really well with the other trunks, which I'm going to be using that. Because I want to, it is what it is. And he also comes with the crotch grabbing stand, just like Hot Toys. And he comes with this base. And the base says Mike Tyson Olympic Special Edition. I'm glad they did that and they didn't put Special Olympic Edition. Because that would have been kind of like messed up if they had said Special Olympics. What are you trying to say? I'm special ed or stupid or something? I'll punch you in your fucking face. And then right behind, and then the robe is pretty dope too. Because it says Catskills Boxing Club, which is basically Custom Models, boxing club and stuff. So that's pretty dope. So yep. So that's what I picked up. That's the only thing I went to pick up, and I went to pick it up because it was a great deal. And yeah, I could have fucking died flying off the goddamn that Bear Mountain, that 9W route or whatever they call that shit. I mean, that was crazy and scary. Would I do it again? Yeah, and in better weather, maybe, because she said her daughter maybe get rid of other stuff too. So, will I go back up there again? It was a nice ride. Again, up until I got there. When I got on 9W and I'm going more and more up and I'm seeing them crazy ass views, wasn't really my cup of tea because I don't like roads I don't know, and it's a little dangerous. It definitely is a little dangerous up there. All right, so we're gonna show you guys the stuff I got from Eddie. I still, me and Eddie still didn't finish this deal, but now going into GI Joes, just like Fam Eric and Fam Eric, that's for you. For get me into this shit. He always made sense. He made a lot of common sense about O-ring stuff, and just like me, he's like, yo, he's tired of the classified shit. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hypocrite. Because the other day I was with Isaiah and we went to Target and I almost brought 4 classified GI Joes. The reason why I didn't pick them up because I'm like, damn, that's that's like $109, man. 25 times 4 plus the taxes, shit. So it was Quick Kick, and that Quick Kick is a fucking beautiful looking figure. It pays really close homage to the original. Same thing with Big Boa. Then you had the Televiper. Oh my god, that Televiper was so fucking beautiful with that perfect purple. And the other one, who the hell was the other one again? I already forgot again. And I'm always forgetting that one. But whatever. Anyway, it was the four of them, including the mystery one I can't remember. And I was trying to call Eric, Fam Eric. And he called me 2 hours later. He said, nah, don't tell me you brought him. I said, nah, man, I put him down. I said, the reason why I put him down because I'm like, you know what? Sooner or later, I'll find them in Ollie's or whatever. And if I don't, who gives a shit? Because they'll be in every toy show sooner or later for fucking 10 or 15 bucks. Which either way, it'll still be 35 to 40% cheaper than what they're selling it for now anyway. So whatever, I'm not really worried about it. So I do have some, and I kept the ones I do have because I like them more than all the other ones I've gotten rid of. Which I did regret getting rid of all of them anyway because I was like, I still should have kept them. But that's a whole nother story. So that was that. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm getting rid of all this shit. I'm doing strictly O-ring. And I'm like, nah. Just like my boy Dave, I'm only doing 82 to 94. Now, I don't know how many times Eddie has shown me so many beautiful banging ass G.I. Joes that I did like. Sometimes what's for Caesar is what's for Caesar, what's for you is what's for you. Just because you and your boys collect the same shit and y'all going about your thing, sometimes you have to man up and not really, it's not even about falling for the peer pressure, but sometimes you got to do what's best for you. Because I had the opportunity of buying all the Nightfall shit off of Eddie, and I would have still had it if I wasn't being so cheap. And I kind of shot myself in the fucking foot for that, and I do regret that. Because this is the second time in close to 5 years that I came across Nightfall shit, and I didn't bust my gun on both of it, and I had the money to do it. I just was being fucking stupid. There's no other fucking way to there's no way to pinpoint it or sugarcoat it, so to speak. So yeah, and then Eddie did have a lot of sick ass figures from everything from like I think what they started in 94 and I think they came back in 98, right? They started doing the O-rings again in 98. Now I want to show you guys something. So Eddie lent me these books. So I might buy these books this week. I might buy them today and then just give him back these because he let me hold these because he said he doesn't really need them. But you know, sometimes it's better just to have your own. So there's volume 2 and 3. So if there's a volume 1, I'll get it. So yeah, so they started back up in 95. So they stopped at 94 with the Real American Hero line, and then they started back from 95. So they go from 95 to 03, and then from 04 to 06. So there's 2 different books here. Oh, I see it in the back now. Volume 1, 2, and 3. So Volume 1 just says International Action Figure Archive. So I'm gonna get that one too. I'm gonna order all. Come on, kill me, do it now. Come on, I know. All right. Anyway, that's done. So I'm over here stuttering like fucking stuttering John. So you see right there, Volume 1 says Action Figure Archive. Volume 2 says Action Figure Archive. Volume 3 Action Figure Archive. So the difference is yeah, international. Then you got I just said 95 to 03 and then 04 to 06. So, and it says here a comparison archive of G.I. Joe figures from around the world from 82 to 06. So, there are certain lines that I'm not going to be, or certain figures I'm not going to be completing. And then I'm going to show you the stuff that I did get from him. And I'm not gonna say what he asked for him or what I paid for him because, like I said, I don't do that with friends. I just feel like it's not nobody's business because it's not. I don't think Eddie would give a flying pluck, but I would just because it's just something you don't blurt. I'm not a person that like to toot his own horn or showboat. I've never been that kind of dude. All right, so here it says here 82 to 94 rare variations. Forgotten variations from 82 to 94. So there's like a drawn logo. So it does give you a little insight on certain variations, which is kind of dope right here. This particular page. But I'm not going to spend that much time on that. I just want to show you guys what I'm going to be. Then here, Battle Corps Rangers, Star Brigade and Ninja Commandos. So it's just like different figures and Ninja Commandos, oh man. Voodoo, Flint, Knockout, I never heard of him. Road Pig, unreleased production piece of him. Storm Shadow, excuse me. So you got those there. Just in case somebody's like, what are you rambling about? They're right there at the bottom as you can see them. Which will probably be on your right or left or whatever the hell the view is doing. So here, starting here, Real American Hero Collection. So we got Ace, version 4, Ollie Viper. So anything that has an O-ring are the ones I'm going to be trying to collect. Again, now since I'm collecting these, it's going to be extremely hard to find them. Just cause. Yeah, they are. Just, you know, they were all over the place. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some figures here that I got that I picked up from this guy from Staten Island who happens to be a retired cop. He did give me his name. I forgot it. Now, I don't know if you guys remember me mentioning maybe a month or so, a few months ago when I was like, this guy had a club exclusive hydrofoil that he had it for $700, and the price is ridiculous because it was missing a couple things, and the actual hydrofoil guns that hang on the side of the hydrofoil, the little thin piece of plastic that snaps it in the front is broken. And I'm like, you know, dude, I mean, he did say he would do 5 on it, but they're going for 5. So why would I give you 5 for it when I can probably get a better condition one online or even cheaper? So I'll see about that. But I did get some stuff from him today to collaborate what I got from Eddie as well. So I have decided to just say F it and just get those figures anyway. So yeah. So 97, this is considered Series 14. I'm not going to name them because I'll be here forever. But just to give you guys a quick glance. So the only thing I'm going to be collecting is O-ring. If they're O-ring, I'm getting them with a few exceptions. So you got the 97 early bird set. And some of these guys look a little weird. So then it says Enter October Guard. So you got the Real American. So these are still considered Real American Hero. I don't know why. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I love G.I. Joe, and I consider myself a G.I. Joe expert or aficionado, but evidently I'm not because I had no freaking idea that they still I thought the Real American Hero line ended in '94. So little do I know. So basically, everybody that I'm gonna be showing you, even these stupid keychains, I'm gonna be trying to get my hands on. So still going into them. These are a lot of them that I am going to be getting and or do have. A lot of these guys I've had numerous times and I wound up selling them because I didn't plan on keeping them. So, and then here it says Manimals. Fucking wind is crazy today. So you got unreleased Manimals, then you have regular Manimals that they put out in the G.I. Joe. So you got a guy called Iguanus, Slithor, and Warwolf. Because the other 3 seems like they were not released, or they probably are out there and somebody else got their hands on them and sold them. I done had so many of these guys so many times, it's ridiculous. They have another cutter. Why does that cutter look? Wow. Crazy. And Flint for the whatever. So again, you got these. So basically, volume 2 is almost everybody from, of course it makes sense, 95 to 03. So a lot of these guys are the ones I'm going to be trying to collect. Well, until you go to G.I. Joe versus Cobra, because I think that line starts with the Agent Scarlet, and it's like I think there's 2 or 3 different, yeah, it's 3 variations of her. And so the G.I. Joe versus Cobra, only ones I would get is if they, because they do have some that are slightly different. So those are the ones I will get. Like for instance, you see how doofy the bodies look for these guys? Like you see the Scarlet down here, how her body looks? And then you see these Cobras and stuff, right? You see these guys, how funny they look? But then look right here. You have the Ollie Vipers. So the Ollie Vipers, I'm sorry about the view, the camera. So you get the Ollie Vipers I would probably get and stuff like that. So those are guys I would get, like. So going into the G.I. Joe versus Cobra, I would definitely get both of those big bins. I would get those 2 Ollie Vipers. That'll probably be the only ones I would get from this page. Anybody that has an O-ring. And then I'll get that Cobra Slice. I would get those Vipers. And yeah, I would get those guys. And then I would get that Flint. And that General Tomahawk. And of course, Hatman version 2. Because again, they're O-ring. And those are nice colors. I would not get the G.I. Joe versus Cobra, except those guys. The guys that look like regular O-rings. And then in here, I would definitely get Mirage, because he's a dope looking figure. Because he's also O-ring. And I would get Shock Viper and Skullbuster. And then on the other page, I would get Surefire. I don't think I'll get. No, I wouldn't get that wetsuit unless he's an O-ring. Maybe Wild Bill. If he's an O-ring, he looks a little weird, but I'd probably get him just because he's an O-ring. You know, you guys can pause this and look it up and stuff like that. Sorry for the view of my camera. Don't forget, my camera is separate. It's not integrated, so it doesn't. You know, when I'm looking at it, everything is reversed. So if you guys ever like, why is everything so skittish? Now you know. So then going into the exclusives, you got the convention exclusives. Then you got the exclusive 8-pack. And then you have the Spy Troopers. I don't think I want anybody from those. Actually, hold up. I would probably get that Big Ben version 6 if I already don't have him. And maybe Chief Torpedo. If he's an O-ring. And definitely that Cobra Ali Viper version 7. Because he's definitely an O-ring. So again, anybody that's an O-ring and don't have that doofy look, I get it. Anybody else, I wouldn't. So, yeah. Spy Troopers again. Nobody there. Well, I'll get that Cobra Vipers, those two guys, and the ones on the bottom. Definitely that Crimson Guard Immortal version 2. Next page looks like Dowtone. That Frostbite version 7 looks pretty dope. And that's probably about it. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I would get this book. So I would scratch these off as well. And then I'm almost done with this book. Going back to the next page with the Spy Troops. I don't think these are O-rings, so probably wouldn't get those. I would have to see him in person to know, because like some of these things are just a little off. Like that Sergeant Hacker, he looks like an O-ring, just a little different. Version 3, the next, Volume 3, the next one, I ain't almost nothing in there. Then go back to Spy Troops. You have Slipstream version 2. Black Dragon Trooper. Black Dragon version 1, which is basically just a repainted version of Scorpion. Convention VSP. Cobra Commander version 14.1. Lady J version 3.1. Lieutenant Falcon version 3.1. Major Storm, same thing. Well, version 1.1. Swamp Viper, yeah, hell yeah, that shit looks dope. Firefly version 7.1. Firefly version 7.2. Lady J version 3.0. So she's another variant. Most likely the Cobra Bat version 2, version 4, what the hell that means. Cobra Inferno as well. Maybe even Overkill version 4. Snake Eyes version 16. Agent Faces versus 2. What kind of name is that? Cobra Heat Viper version 3. Whoop. Cobra Lamprey version 4. Oh, I ain't show you guys it. So like I said, anything that's an O-ring, I get. Anything that isn't, I wouldn't. Going into prototypes. Oh, and I'm sorry, Python Patrol. If those are O-rings, I'll get all those. Tiger Force, I mean, that's definitely. Definite. Toy Fair exclusive, definite. Mission Disc, nope. Mission Disc series 1 and 2, no. See, I just said that right. And not even series 3. So basically, everybody to my right. Then the other ones I wouldn't want. Don't have to have them all, nor do I need them all. Build to Rule 2003, nobody there, and that would end this particular book. Oh, wait a minute, nope. Prototypes and reproductions. We got reproduction Still Brigade. I would get Skullbuster, Firefly, Evolution of a Repaint, which is like Dusty from 2000. Then you got Storm Shadow with these banging ass colors. Another Snake Eyes, Low Light, His Driver, Rip It, Duke, Ollie Viper. Those are kind of badass up here. They look really, really nice at the top and the bottom. I'd get those. And that's it for volume 2. And look at that dope. Look at Brian's toys. Yo, Joe. Now going into volume 3, which is like the least desirable one. Let's see what we got. See if I can go through this a little quicker. See if there's anything in here I would get. So Fam Eric did make sense. He definitely made sense with this stuff. So here we got Vala versus Venom. First page, no, not one of them, because they're built funny. You see how they built? They got that weird looking build. But there are some Vala versus Venom that do come with O-rings. I'm going to show you guys those, because those will be the ones I would get. So, like for instance, you have Big Brawler, Chief Torpedo version 2. And then Vala versus Venom, you have the Crimson Guards. And that would be it. You guys can pause it and you guys will see which ones are the ones I'm saying I would get and I wouldn't. Again, anybody with an O-ring that looks like the G.I. Joe from those days, yes. Anybody that got the goofy long arms and looks stupid, no. Who else from Vala vs. Venom? There is one figure that I did make an exception. That plus Eddie kind of fucking shoved it down my throat. We got Pathfinder version 3. Not that, but I'll show you guys her. You guys are going to see her. And yeah, well, that's about it. So that particular Pathfinder, which my finger is right over, that I'm tapping, that'll be the only one. And this page, then go on to page 12. So if you don't know, you're going to know this is going to be a long video. Nobody on that one. Probably that Cobra Commander version 17. Maybe even that Baroness version 5. Cobra Officer version 3, definitely. Cobra Trooper version 3. Double Clutch. General Abernathy. General Flag. Sergeant Stalker volume 5. Snake Eyes version 18. Even that weird ass looking Scarlet version 5, she looks like somebody try to cut her head off. Maybe not that one. I don't know. Snake Eyes version 20. Stiller version 2. Tracker and Quinn version 1. And then Zap version 3. So it's a lot of those in here. And yes, one of his pages is off the book. So I want nobody to be like, damn, yo, your boy lent you your book and you screwed it up. Damn, B. Because haters want to hate. Alright, Comic Con exclusives, Tiger Force guys at the top. So this whole one page. Actually, yeah, only ones is the Operation Avalanche. Operation Avalanche are the only ones I wouldn't want on this page. I mean, on between these two pages. Everything else I'm gonna try to get. It's like fucking over 100 and something more extra figures, and I ain't even fucking finished my other line. The Night Force, that's obviously a given. Ninja Strike Team's a given. Ninja Strike Team Duke exclusive, given. The Battle in a Box, no thank you. Walmart exclusives, no thank you. Walmart exclusive. Gumbites, no thank you. Single Pack Series 1 and Single Pack Series 2, no thank you. You can keep those.